ready to elevate your next event? Do you need a bougie look for that all-important corporate, board meeting, or private social event? The Alisa Pavilion has an unmatched capacity. Our expansive conference center comfortably seats 1,000 persons in a theater-style setup. This makes it ideal for large conferences, product launches, weddings, social events, and exhibitions. There are 2 executive boardrooms set up for your high-profile meetings. With the importance of seamless technology integration, our facilities are equipped to support your audiovisual needs. Looking for an oasis of bliss? Saunter into our Oasis Lounge and Bistro on Thursdays for Thirsty Thursday, while you enjoy a whopping 15% discount. Make a date for Saturday Barbecue, where we have alfresco dining for nature lovers in our lush manicured lawns, while you savor lip-smacking dishes. The Alisa Hotel Pavilion, where great minds convene and beautiful memories are created. Alisa Hotels, our Aquaba means more than just welcome.
The city is alive on 97.3.
Nothing's better than family. We're the ones who love you so. Be a shoulder to cry on when you're in need. They'll never leave you alone, no. When your friends bring you down and they drag you through the dirt, and when nobody's around, they'll carry you through the hurt. Just remember that family comes first. Where you gonna run? When no one is around. No one is around. Do you think out there they'll love you when your face is on the ground? Face is on the ground. When you feel your strength is almost gone, and your arms are getting weak. When you're getting weak. And you don't think you keep holding on. Hold on. You stand tall on your feet. Just remember, family comes first. I can see you crying. Someone broke your heart. Instead of being with those who love you, you spend time apart. It's because you think they won't understand the pain you're going through. So you don't reach out your hand for them till they'll pull and reach for you. Just remember, family comes first. When no one is around. Where you gonna run? Do you think out there they'll love you when your face is on? You know that we love when you. Feel your strength is almost gone and your arms are getting weak. Ooh. And you don't think you keep holding on.
like you've never been before. The life you knew in 1,000 pieces on the floor. And words fall short in times like these, when this world drives you to your knees. You think you're never gonna get back to the you they used to be. Tell your heart to beat again. Close your eyes and breathe it in. Let the shadows fall away. Step into the light of grace. Yesterday's a closing door. You don't live there anymore. Say goodbye to where you've been, and tell your heart to beat again. Beginning, just let that word wash over you. It's alright now. Love's healing hands have pulled you through. So get back up, take step one. Leave the darkness, feel the sun. 'Cause your story's far from over, and your journey's just begun. Tell your heart to beat again. Close your eyes and breathe it in. Let the shadows fall away. Step into the light of grace. Yesterday's a closing door. You don't live there anymore. Say goodbye to where you've been, and tell your heart to beat again. Let every heart break and every scar be a picture that reminds you who has carried you this far. 'Cause love sees farther than you ever could. In this moment, heaven's working everything for your good. Tell your heart to beat again. Close your eyes and breathe it in. Let the shadows fall away. Step into the light of grace. Yesterday's a closing door. You don't live there anymore. Say goodbye to where you've been, and tell your heart to beat again. Your heart to beat again. Beat again. Oh, so tell your heart to beat again.
Good morning, and good morning, and welcome to your regular family enrichment program, Farm Life, live here on City 97.3 FM. And as always, we are going to discuss a very intriguing topic. I call this a more intriguing topic because of how and where and what we are looking at. Are you awake, or are you snoozing in bed, or are you taking it easy, or you are in a vehicle going for one ceremony or the other? Thank you that you allow us into your space every Saturday morning to engage, to make all of us a better version of ourselves, so also that we can have thriving relationships, friendships, marriages, and families. That is why we wake up every morning on Saturdays to be here to share time with you, and we are grateful for your attention, your participation, and your patronage. Today I'm going to have a very deep and yet nuanced conversation with my sister, and I'm sure if I give you 10 chances or even 100, you may not guess what topic we are going to discuss today. Alright, so today we are discussing Observers are worried. Observers are worried. It's a statement that often is made. Observers are worried. And we are looking at it with friendships, but more so also in courtships, and then marriage and family. So in courtships, in marriage, and in family. Why are the observers worried? What accounts for that? We're going to drill down and look at that. And what must both sides of the coin do? And like Justina said, there's a third side, the side of the, not just the front and the back. And so that's the one I'm going to have a conversation with this morning. I'm with Lady Justina Owu-Ejiri from the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission Hospital, who is a counseling psychologist. And I'm going to look at the full gamut of all the dynamics that will make a relationship thrive or not in the light of observers being worried. Good morning, my dear sister, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm very well by the grace of God, and I hope you too.
Yes, I am, though I'm a bit tired, but I'm well.
Okay, thank God.
Yes. So when you hear something like observers are worried, now let me situate it. You are in a marriage situation. Your spouse is doing stuff. Maybe he's going to work, he does not inform you, but that's routine, so you take it as such. The weekend he comes home and he brings home some parcels, gets himself dressed up, and then he leaves, not telling you anything. And then he comes back home late. Sunday he's sleeping. Maybe you wake up and go. You choose to go to church. You're a church member. You go, you come back. He's gone, and the cycle continues. Or as a lady, she cooks the food she wants. She does not ask you what will you eat. When it's done, she tells you, "Hi, sweetheart, when you want to eat, there's food in the kitchen," and then steps out and does not tell you where he's going or she's going. When she comes back home, she's on the phone and will just not even ignore you, and you don't even communicate to her eyes or her hand or her body, and just keep on the phone for 1 hour or two after she goes to shower, and then she's on her phone or by herself in her room. And so you are unable to discern or know or interpret or understand what is going on in her life, and that's the cycle continues. So now you become like an observer, and so then you are worried because you are not into the things. The level of interaction or convergence is very low. What comes to mind for you as well when you hear the phrase observers are worried?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity once again. Naturally, every observer will be worried because the relationship is not meant to be observed. Parties in the relationship must be involved, and each of them play a crucial role. That is why it is relationship.
Okay.
We are relating.
Okay.
And then more so in any relationship, especially meaningful relationships like family, marriages, courtship, open, consistent, and then meaningful communication is very essential.
Okay.
So when these things are missing or breaks down, it's a cause for concern, or it gives the other party who is seeing things as not consistent, not open, not meaningful, get worried, because that is how human nature is made up of.
Okay.
So here you would notice that partners or family members are left in the dark about each other.
Yes.
That is, in relationship, we are looking at each other's feelings, needs, and then challenges.
Okay.
So there are some challenges that sometimes it take even the observer to prompt the one going through the challenge that things are changing. You are no more the person that I know you to be. And this is missing.
Okay.
So then you don't even know why you are there, whether you are there in the relationship or not, what to do, what you've done, what is happening to the other person. And then also unspoken and assumptions grow when these things happen, assumptions grow and becomes, and we are human beings. So once I look at it, looks like he's seeing another person. It looks like she's seeing another person. It might not be true, but because there hasn't been open and consistent relationship, the person end up concluding. Children feel parents don't love them because there's no open and consistent communication. So they feel unloved. Or parents think they are loving their children the best they could, but children don't see it that way because communication is not meaningful, it's not consistent, it's not open here. Silence may also be interpreted, or it can be taken as detachment. The moment somebody feel detached, they start thinking and finding solutions to whatever they are thinking about, which may not be true. It may be just an assumption. But because there's no open communication, the person tends to make sense of whatever they are saying. So emotionally, investment begin. Those who are investing into the relationship by their emotion begins to get worried and start asking questions. So that's the basis for observers are worried.
So now so it then connotes that an observer is somebody who is watching from the sidelines and not fully a participator or participant of whatever it is that is going on. So if it's family, the connection between you and your siblings or your parents is not deep or open, as you are mentioning. Communication is not meaningful or open, consistent. And so then comes with all the other factors. Now I want to ask, is it a one-size-fits-all thing, or is a spectrum? Can we say that the level to which somebody becomes an observer is a spectrum, and maybe case by case or a tranche, or it can also be that it is in perpetuity, as that is the culture or that is the situation that that person or group of persons find themselves in? Is it the case?
I would say both. Both in that, as Ghanaians, there are some things that are not supposed to be done in a relationship. But we see it as a cultural thing, as a tradition goes on. For instance, when most men get married, and it's like, I have arrived. So whatever they did to win the woman ends. I mean, all that a woman, it's our thinking, our perception. All that a black woman, African woman, Ghanaian woman look for in life is to be married. And I've married you. So what else do you want? So when this woman is talking about the fact that you don't communicate with me, we don't chat as we used to, we don't go out as we used to, it's like, what do you want again? You understand? And then, so in other words, it could be situational. So it depends on who is observing, what their worries are. So some partners give silent treatment, and you get other partners who don't care. It's not a bother. Another partner is worried in a different relationship. Let's take parent and children relationships. So some parents are overly protective, and for them that is their way of loving their child, so that the child will not fall into a bad company or difficulty situations in life. But the child feels being imprisoned or being so tight that I don't even get the space to play with mates the way I want. So the parents in their mind, I think they are doing a good job, but the one receiving feels this is too much, and it's making life difficult.
So in this case, let me jump straight into the remedy. Would it fall in line with the first element you raised about communication? that if the parents communicated better to the child, that's one. And then two, if they listen more to the child, they may be able to get to a format or a form that is more workable both for the child and for them as parents. What do you think?
Exactly the case. You see, we might think we are communicating, so like we are talking, but we are not communicating.
Okay.
So you have good intention. Have you made it known to your child? Sometimes it's not like they will it. Both the observer and then the contributor don't will to get to that point, but it become a situation or culture or their exposure. So we can even look at biases and then misalign interpretations.
Yes, okay.
So at this point, you could see that the child is misaligning interpretation. Or the parents are also building on their fears based on childhood issues. So you notice that partners may intend to withdraw for space or perceive as abandoned. So you see, and then parents may think they are protecting their child by staying silent or being too loud. And then the other party makes sense of incomplete signals and thinks that this is too much, or my parents don't care about me, or they don't love me. So that's one side. Then we have just general lack of openness and sincerity in disclosure. So your parent telling you a story why they don't want you to do things, and they leave gaps because of fear, because of anxiety. So if my child should know all this, how would my child sees it? You know, in our part, sometimes we cover certain things that we are not supposed to cover. So when information is not given at the right time, it's become unuseful. It might be a useful information, but when it's timeliness, then you lose the essence of that information. So here we can see that parents hide some of the things or hide their disappointment or even dreams. So I wanted to ABCD happened, and they leave some. So the parents might tell the child, instead of being sure, I couldn't pass my O-level exams or I couldn't complete my education, they leave that one. So I didn't get help. Help is too big for your child to understand what kind of help. And some parents go like this. So a child would grow up to find, oh, my father didn't even complete her O-level or his O-level. That's why he couldn't do this. And the child feels like, why couldn't he tell me this? Why was he? So this worrying is the issue we discuss. And it's the same in marriages. It's the same in courtship. So it's a meaningful relationship. We're looking out for something. Of course, being vulnerable, you have to be careful because it comes with time and commitment. As you commit, then you open up more. But if commitment is not coming, there are certain information you have to withhold. However, once you are certain that this is like in the family, you can't say I don't want my parent any longer or I don't want my child any longer. So we should be as open as possible.
So what is the element and the form and the extent, the depth of? Must it be progressive? Must it be restrained? Must it be measured? Must it be circumstantial or situational? Or must it be open? Must it be transparent? Must it be complete? So that the linkage, the buy-in, the connection, the bond, the linkage between one party, be it a husband and a wife, or a wife or a husband, or a parent and a child or siblings, is established. What must be the disclosure format or form that the person or persons in this intimate family or relational dynamic should have as a mindset and as a way of engaging? What will you say?
Okay. So
Please let me announce, sorry. Please, you can send your comments, queries, contributions, and questions to us via WhatsApp or Telegram on 0549 986 996. Again, 0549 986 996. Let's hear from you. Do you feel as though you're an observer in your relationship, in your family? Do you make others become observers because you decide and do things all by yourself? Are you feeling alone and so you choose to do things and cut out the rest? Or do you feel cut out because your partner or your family member or members or significant other does not involve you in any way in the things that they do? How have you remedied the situation? We would long to hear from you and to pick your thoughts here and there. Share with us and we'll share with the rest of the world on 0549 986 9966. And today I think it's possible to open the phone line, so we'll do so as well. Yes.
Okay, so I will start with the various types of relationships.
Okay.
So let's take professional relationships.
Yes.
You have to factor in the relevance of the information you are giving
Okay.
to the goal at hand.
Okay.
So every relationship has a goal or must have a goal.
Okay.
So looking at the relevance of the information you want to share and its implication on the goals, having in mind the emotional and mental health of the person you are sharing the information with. So in the professional world, you guidance or support. So you factor this before you share the information.
Okay.
So some information might break the team
Okay.
or would distort the goal.
Okay.
Then you have to be careful. Even though it's okay to be vulnerable,
Yes, you
then
have to
you
say
have
the
to
truth.
be. Some information will
Yes.
be fine doing it progressively.
Okay.
Others will be okay, you don't share at all.
Okay.
Others you have to share it one time.
Okay.
So it depends on the relationship.
Okay.
Then when it comes to friendship,
Yes.
your joys, your dreams, your values, feedback when needed.
Yes.
So this also depends on trust
Okay.
and how deep in mutual trust. So we have some friends you will be sharing
Yeah.
and they will never share.
Okay.
So it's like didn't this person grow up and having any issue, and their story is always at the good side. It's a bit fishy. So you have to factor all this. Does my friend trust me enough to share what is in his or her caucus?
Okay.
Then you can equally share. And then again, having in mind that the person will not judge you.
Okay.
In most cases, we are quick to judge,
Okay.
especially the Christendom.
Okay.
Sometimes we do it without knowing. So if you are safe with all these, then you can share.
Okay.
That's one, you have to factor the emotional and then the mental well-being of yourself and the person you are sharing the information with.
Okay.
Having in mind whether progressively or one time.
Okay.
So it depends on how healthy the relationship is and
Okay.
is becoming.
Okay.
In families,
Yes.
we can look at it from the angle of the boundaries we share.
Okay.
So individual boundaries, emotional struggles, our career, our faith, our choices, our past wounds,
Okay.
or past adverse experiences. If all these things that we're going to share will help in the healing process, why not?
Okay.
But if it's going to worsen, so like somebody hearing something about your father, the question is, this is a child of this person. Should I share? How would it be? When it's like uncles, aunties, mother, father, how would that information break or make the family?
Okay.
So you factor all these things. So when it's very sensitive, progressive is very good
Okay.
because you share bit by bit and you study the emotions and then
emotions.
mental health implications.
Okay.
Then it helps you to add up. But it also depends on how good the communication is done.
Okay.
How good the communication is done.
Okay.
and then how non-judgmental whoever is sharing is doing it. Then in marriage, you can look at insecurities, health issues, financial status, death, past traumas, and then the intimacy level, mistakes or regards. So what do I cherish? What don't I cherish? What kind of personality am I? Do you know my temperament? Am I a quick-tempered, hot, cool? You know, that we have some people, you even share things with them and it's like it hasn't happened. Not that they don't care, they internalize.
Yes.
And you notice that days after they start behaving funny or not as expected, though they are not able to express, they are expressing through
Their
actions, which is also a bit complicated to interpret. So one must ask, you've changed. I keep saying that communication is key.
Yes.
If you don't prompt the person might think I'm the smartest and I'm the one doing, and it's okay for me. I know a man who says, for me, once it's okay, I am done. And that person is in a relationship. It's okay with you and you are done. What about the other person?
Exactly.
That is why marriage and then meaningful relationship comes with a price to pay. That is sacrifice. So sometimes you are not happy, but just for the others to be happy, you have to balance your emotions, regulate them well, so that it wouldn't be you or me. Then we can't achieve a positive or a meaningful relationship. In courtship, we can look at intentions, values, personal struggles, and then when trust is well built, then you can share. Honesty. You building a relationship for life. Are you parties honest to each other? Some people, when they are telling you their truth, it's better they lie. So you take note of all these. Then after you feel safe, then you can share. So some information you can even share it at the eve of your wedding. And let the person know you can walk out if you think it's an issue. That is why we go for, in the courtship, it's one best place to also seek for professional guidance. So some of these issues are discussed and you get help how to handle it. Sometimes you have to speak to the counselor, then the counselor will communicate to your partner because of fear of not using the right communication channels or tools, or not having the good skills to communicate the issue. You know, when some people are narrating a story, you might think like some of the local news that we like hear as if it's happening. You know what, this happened some days ago. All this comes to play in disclosing oneself in a relationship.
I want to pick you back on when you mentioned that maybe you're courting and are going to get married, and that you can give an information be an eve to the marriage. Wouldn't that also be far-fetched? Wouldn't it be like a betrayal, especially the information that you are releasing is sensitive, because you led the person on to that point where they are hooked on, they are into you, and then at the penultimate night to consuming your marriage, whether it's customary marriage or it's by ordinance or whatever, then you choose to release that information progressively. Don't you think that the timing in itself to may rather cause one to be broken, and that would have meant that though the person felt they were participators in this relationship, as far as that aspect was concerned, they are actually observers?
So it depends on the issue. It depends on the party you are dealing with. And when it comes to time, time doesn't expire. So it's better late than never. What if the person don't tell you? For instance, this DNA thing that is now becoming an issue. So the person is pregnant. I know somebody, this is a real life story. They had an issue in the relationship, they were courting. So for weeks they were not talking. The lady found out that she was pregnant. and the guy was traveling. Just few days when she noticed that she was pregnant, the guy was traveling days after, and they haven't been talking for weeks.
Okay.
So all that the lady did was wrote on paper, lived under the door of the guy.
Okay.
And the guy says, why should that happen? Because I noticed it the day I was leaving the country. So he felt it was a trap. But the point is there has been break of communication. So what do you expect?
Okay.
What if she didn't mention it at all?
Okay.
And for all your life, you don't even know you have a child with that person.
Okay.
How would it have also been?
Okay.
Mostly we focus on what people will say. That I always say it's not important because the person from a distance is not seeing you well.
Exactly.
Having seen the end, didn't see the beginning. It's just an aspect.
Okay.
And they are making conclusions based on that. And we are so much concerned. But we know where we started from, how, and where we're going to. So if we dwell on what people will say, usually like you say, people say, and I've invited people and they will come and all the food, let them sell the food. Have your life. If the need be.
Okay.
Because I know people who were supposed to just cancel their marriage ceremony and they didn't, and today they are paying for it.
So why couldn't it have been a bit earlier than when everything is resolved, everything is established, everything has been fixed, and then it becomes like arm twisting. It becomes like you are putting the person at a point where they cannot, to all intents and purposes, because of the gravity of the timing, withdraw or take another step.
So when I was talking about low communication, I made mention of certain factors that could lead to why people would choose to keep certain information. That's why I'm particular about not judging.
Okay.
Because if you put on your judgment cap, you may get it wrong.
Okay.
This person disclosing to you also have the
Issues to do.
difficulties.
Yes, okay.
So it could be the tradition, the culture, the background the person is coming from, socialization, exposure, past experience.
Okay.
So I shared it with this person and it's used again, especially women who have children.
Okay.
From the wedlock, when they are getting married, it's become difficult for women compared to men who
Okay.
have children.
Okay.
So I told the other person, and the person is gone.
Okay.
So this time, would I just meet the person and say it like that? It depends on how the person feels about it. So if the person is afraid, the person will hold on.
Okay.
For all you know, the person is not so sure about how far you build the trust.
Okay.
So insecurity also comes in.
Okay.
And then other issues, not having the appropriate time.
Okay.
Sometimes you want to share it within a certain environment.
Okay.
Then anytime you have the opportunity, something happens.
Okay.
Anytime you see that it might not be your fault.
Okay.
Though
The
circumstances.
Okay.
So there are some conversation you start and the parties, oh, can we do it the next time? And the next time never comes. But you also feel you must know before we tie the knot.
Okay.
So all these things must come into consideration. That's why judging should be the last thing. Because when you analyze it from this angle, you realize that the person don't mean to harm the other person.
Okay. Okay. Now let's look at the element of interpretations.
Okay.
It's often said that meanings are in people, and there's often a certain level of biasness with all of us, even though we choose to deny it. And the biasness or the biases are formed based on a number of factors: observations, interactions, perceptions, experiences, and the kinds of that. So, the moment a partner, whether a spouse or a parent or a sibling, says something or does something they are the senders or the givers. The receiver or receivers, as the case may be, process it and draw some conclusions. Sometimes their conclusions, like you said earlier, are based on some assumptions. And rather than validating the assumptions, because the level of interaction is not the way it's supposed to be, then they give a certain kind of interpretation to the words or the actions. And that invariably influences the extent to which there is a fair level of or convergence. Take us to the place of interpretations in all this, the scheme of things, both from the perspective of the sender or giver and the perspective of the receiver, and how that plays into this posture where one ends up being an observer and not a participator.
Okay. So in every relationship, we should know that we are two different parties.
Okay.
Be it professional, courtship, marriage, family. So in the family, your child cannot be like you as a father. That is one mistake some parents do make. They want their children to be like them. So they even tell, even at the secondary school, university level, they choose courses for their children based on their interest.
Okay.
They forget about the person's interest.
Okay.
Of course, a child picks after the parent, but science says that 100 times your background. So your child can look like your great that you've never met.
Yes.
But those who knew that person would tell, hey, this child does things like
This
maybe
person.
the child physically looks like you, but in character it's that
Different.
person.
Yeah.
Some people in character is you. Some it doesn't go near you nor the mother. Then you ask, this child, where is she or he coming from? That it doesn't look like me, as if I'm not the one who gave birth to this child. It happens because one, the child comes with their own makeup, what makes them unique from the parent.
Okay.
So among your children, each of them has that one thing that makes them stand out. So you may look exactly like your sibling, but maybe your voice, maybe how you talk, the tone,
Yes.
all those differences come to play when it comes to these information disclosure and then being participants in a relationship.
Okay.
So once you understand this uniqueness,
Yes.
you know that what I'm saying, I have my basis.
Yes.
That person might not have the same basis.
Okay.
So you should know that. So in communication, we have the sender,
Yeah.
we have the message,
Yes.
we have the channel,
Yes.
then we have the receiver.
Yes.
So these two, the sender have a message
Yes.
that want to give to the recipient,
Yes.
but it must go through a channel.
Yes.
And in between, as the message gets through the channel, so many things happen there, including noise,
Okay. Yes.
things that distort the message. Some will get truncated, some will be reframed. It's just like when you put information on the internet, when you want to search, it gives you so many things.
Yes.
So people are saying AI, whatever. AI will give you so many things.
Yeah.
Which one do you need?
Okay.
Which one will help you?
Yeah.
The AI gives you, or the internet gives you the information based on how the internet system understood what you have fed into.
The
It's the
interpretation.
same. It's the same with life.
Okay.
So however, whatever you are saying, the outcome will be based on how the recipient understands it. That's why feedback is very key.
Okay.
So then you can get the opportunity to say, this is not what I meant. This is what I'm trying to say. If I say this, it means that.
Okay.
Then with time, we learn from people that we socialize with,
Okay.
even at the professional realm. You know that when my boss come in and he's like this,
Yeah.
it means this.
Okay.
So I work with somebody who transfers anger. So once you anoint her from the main junction,
Yes.
everybody that she meets will pay for that. And that is how she is.
Okay.
Some people cannot handle such emotions. So it got into her work. With time, I got to know that when she comes and she's a bit cheeky or snobbish, then something has happened.
Okay.
So one morning she was so loud. So a friend was like, but who tickled this woman this morning? That
She's
things are. I say, yeah, that means we have to allow her to be for some time. So you also have to, you the observer have to observe all these things.
Okay.
So in the relationship, parties must learn.
Okay.
So life is a learning platform.
Okay.
You never stop learning.
Okay.
Why have you stopped learning in your marriage? Why do you want to stop learning as a parent?
Okay.
I don't know whether sometimes parents get tired. So you notice that first born, second borns, treatments are different.
Yes.
But when it gets, especially those who have a lot, when it gets to the fifth one or the last one, it's different.
Okay.
I don't know whether they get tired or they feel complacent or whatever. What I'm trying to say is, in the relationship,
Yes.
it's a learning platform.
Okay.
And you yourself, you are learning about yourself.
Okay.
And then you are learning about the other person too.
Okay.
Because there are certain things, until you get involved with others,
Yes.
you may not know you even have a deficiency or you are lacking. So don't be quick to look at the other, but start with yourself. Charity
Okay.
begins at home.
Okay.
So how do I feel when these things happen? Why do I feel this way?
So, as the sender, must you also be measured and pay attention to the feedback which will complete the cycle of the communication? And must you also not be so fixated, but also be open enough to receive the feedback graciously, so at the end of the day, there will be effective communication, which is enamored in openness, in transparency, in sincerity, and all. Or once you are the sender, the onus is just for the interpretation, of course, it's just on the receiver. But must it be that you also must have that same kind of commitment, so that at the end of the day, there's effective communication?
Exactly. Like I said, the communication chain. In the channel, there are a whole lot of things that happen
Okay.
where the message will be truncated. So you think I have sent a complete message, but the receiver got half.
Okay.
And it's telling you that I did not get it. You should know that. That's why I make mention of learning. You should know that it is possible the person didn't get the full information.
Okay.
So going over shouldn't be a difficult thing.
Okay.
Or the person got it with some words missing.
Okay.
And some words too could be ambiguous. So when they are in your sentences, the recipients will also find it difficult to understand.
Okay.
Let's look at even in language.
Yes.
You have words that have similar pronunciation but different spelling.
Yes.
But when the sound come out, if you don't put it in context,
Yes.
you might think it's the other one.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
these things affect communication.
Okay.
And in our practical life,
Yes.
it is.
Okay.
So for me, I always said it's a privilege. Somebody say, I didn't understand what you said, or I didn't like what. It's a privilege
Okay.
because it helps you to know what to do, what not to do. But if you think, for me, that is how I am. Even stones are growing,
Okay.
trees are moving.
Okay.
So how come a human being say, this is who I am? You can't be in a relationship,
Yes.
a healthy one,
Yes.
when you choose to be who you are.
Okay. So there must be room for learning.
There must, and the only room that never gets full
Yes.
is to improve.
Okay.
So no, even if everybody, 99% of people around you says you are an angel, look out for the evil in you, you yourself.
Okay.
No, there should be. That's what the Bible put it. Like if everybody loves you, it's an issue. If everybody doesn't, it's an issue. It means there should be a balance, and that makes you human.
Okay.
It's only God who is full and complete.
Okay.
So God can say, I am that I am, but I can't say that
Okay.
because I can deceive myself.
Yes. Okay.
So if you are not sincere to you yourself,
Yes.
it's same with another person.
Okay.
So feedback from me
Yes.
we should be gratitude. We should
Okay.
pay gratitude when somebody gives us
feedback.
feedback, no matter how bitter it is.
You know what I often say is that feedback is gracious, and no matter how it comes, much as the receiver should give it well, I often say that take the emotion out and receive the information, because they are angry and so may get back at you in that anger. But they may be giving you vital information that if you take out, it will help you to be a better
grow.
person.
Exactly.
You get me?
Exactly.
Now,
Especially in
yes.
marriage relationships.
Exactly. Now, I want us to look at, in real terms, what some of the nuances are.
Okay.
You know, I know there's internal and there's external. What is it in practical terms? How can one be aware that in the channel of communication, where the interpretation matters, nuances also plays a role? And what are some of the practical nuances that can come into play in this communication, in this intimate or close relationship? And how must both parties, first the sender and then the receiver, handle such things, so that the nuances, especially for the receiver, because at that time the sender is releasing the information, and the receiver may have so many biases, so many nuances intercepting or influencing their interpretation, and then finally the feedback they give to.
So generally, I would say that we are human, raised from different background, exposed to different life situations and events, and it has impacted on how we make sense out of life, real life. That is why the weather is a bit cold. But somebody sees it as normal.
Yes.
Especially somebody who have lived out there for quite some time.
Yes.
Ordinary Ghanaian at this time is feeling cold. So why don't you say, and the weather is, for me, it's cool, and why are you people covering? That's us. That's how the person's body is used to the situation. This applies to every aspect of relationship. So we have emotional changes, ups and downs. It's cool because we are human. So we have stresses, and each of us manage stress in a different way. Like I always say, if I want to sleep and you disturb my sleep, I get angry, and I can be angry at you the whole day. It affects my mood. That's me. Somebody wouldn't see anything wrong. I struggle to wake people up when they are sleeping because of my experiences. So we should understand these things, and a part of it, all that matters is, what can I adjust? What can't I adjust? I'm sure we'll come there before we end the show. So these are some of the distractors or the nuances in the communication patterns. So the person is let me use women and men. Ordinarily, a time comes in a woman's life that we ourselves cannot tell what is wrong with us, but all that we know is we are not feeling good. So I normally put it, I'm not good, I'm not well, but I'm not sick. So it means things are not the way I want it, but I can't really pinpoint. They happens, and it gets into the relationship as well. We have personal growth differences. So the my godfather would say the military type. We have the military type who here now it must happen. Then we have those who think after secondary school, I'm fine, I'm doing well, my work, I'm able to work, do whatever, raise the money that I want. So what do I need university education for? Somebody also think first degree is not enough, I must go. So these are differences that affect our communication background. Others are constructive criticism and corrections. Some would want to correct, come what may, regardless of where, what, who the person is involved. That's how they have been groomed. Others too think, even if you want to correct me, you should be here, not here. So these are some of the ups and downs. Then we have the cultural perspective. And remember, I keep saying that our culture and traditions affect our being, our personality. So aside your genes, as you interact with others, it affects the way you understand things, the way you interpret life. So these are also affect the communication patterns in various relationships. Then we have the occasional ones that, I mean, because something happened, something is happening.
Okay.
So those two should be expected. Then request for space or alone time, certain boundaries. Usually we don't do well. We normally wait till it gets to a point that we cannot take it before we start setting boundaries. And the person is used to what I used to do with you. Now you don't want it. Every natural human being will question. So here I will encourage that in the courtship, in the family, as you raise children, as the children start growing, that's where they start getting attached and all those things. Train them where they should end, where they shouldn't go, what the family dynamics, the family culture, we don't do this, we do this, so that they grow with it. Don't wait till when they have started saying everything, then you come and tell, don't say this, don't say. They are used to saying it, so why are you stopping me? Then honesty, respectful disagreement.
Honest, respectful disagreement. Okay.
The fact that I disagree with you doesn't mean I should disrespect you.
Okay, that's a big one.
The fact that I don't agree, accept where you're coming from, doesn't mean you are stupid.
Okay.
In most cases, that's how we make it look like. The fact that I don't buy into, that is your truth.
Yes.
And I should have said that is your truth.
Yes.
That is where empathy comes in.
So what makes people throw tantrums? Maybe I'm the guy, I'm saying let's do A, B, C, D, and then your feedback is no, I think C, D, F will be better. Then I get angry and said, well, then name calling is coming, then insults coming. What is the dynamic? Is it an issue of disrespect? Is it an issue of, so what are the issues?
The issues could be cultural background, exposures, experiences, personalities, and willingness to learn.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yes, and then insecurities.
Okay.
So this will make somebody fight you for contributing. You get it.
Yes.
But I just want people to know that work on them.
Okay.
The moment somebody, just one person in your cycle, say, you, as for you, you always want it to be your way. Sit back and ask yourself, is that how it has been? What can I do?
Okay.
Sometimes how it is being communicated. But I always say that we are different.
Yes.
So communication, whichever way the style is, accepted.
Okay.
Because it's an information.
Yes.
Even if the person throw it to your face, it's an information the person is given to you.
Yes.
So accept it. But don't disrespect. Some people could even go and say, but you, at what age were you born? That you're coming to advise me. Who are you to say this? Who,
so
like today you go on social media and people are telling people what to do in their relationship. Yes. Sometimes you have to question from what angle is this person coming from. But it shouldn't be disrespectful.
Okay.
In our part of the world, when you are assertive, you are seen as arrogant.
Okay.
We have to be careful about that.
The difference.
The differences. When people question things that they are not comfortable, especially when you are younger, and you question the elderly about things that you think has been done, but like the three sides of the coin that I was reading. I mean, who are you to question? That is what we have believed in. But from what I am seeing,
it has three sides.
For me.
Yes. So
the fact that I disagree with you, so I always say that don't condemn, don't demonize things that you don't know. Things that you don't like. It comes from the disrespect and respectful agreement. So the fact that I always tell people that's my opinion, and you are entitled to yours too.
Exactly.
Bring yours, let me bring mine. Let's find a level ground. But if you think because of your age, because you are the man, you have spoken, and who am I? Right from the word go, the beginning of Adam and Eve, a woman was given a room to share. That is how come Adam listened to the woman. God didn't say that because of what happened, a woman should keep quiet. So Sarah came in. Sarah advised Abraham. It also didn't go well. But that is how God has made it. So we all have a voice. let's respect each other.
Yeah,
it could be your child,
Okay.
especially parent and children relationship.
Yes.
You are doing ABCD and your child, mommy, I don't listen to the child regardless of the age, because the things that they are learning today,
Yes.
you might have not gotten
That-
the opportunity to learn. And then the question is, why do we take our children to school?
Okay.
To become better than we are.
Okay.
So if you want your child to be better than you are, then you know that your child is learning some things that you couldn't.
Okay.
Something like abacus. At
Yes.
what time did we start using abacus?
Yeah.
The Montessori children say, Daddy, we don't say Z, we say Z. The child hasn't installed. What the child has learned is
It's
what
already
the child
applies
is
to you.
sharing with you.
Exactly.
Because you were taught say it's Z,
Z,
and they are taught Z. So the child is trying to say, I have gotten to know Z, I've gotten to know Z. Which is which? My teacher says Z is the best.
And then
So then you-
said, I gave birth to you. How dare you come and
Exactly.
tell me? It's
Meanwhile,
not
you are
Z,
paying
Z.
school fees, and
Yes.
the school fees you yield positive results. So you are taking advantage to benefit from the school fees you are paying.
Awesome.
It's not about age.
Awesome. Awesome. We have to go on a break now. If you are just joining us, this is Farm Life, your regular family enrichment program, live here on City 97.3 FM, on our affiliate stations, and on the internet. Today we are discussing Observers Are Worried. It's a two-folk conversation between myself and Lady Justina Owu Ejiri, who is a counseling psychologist. And we are delving into the nuances of the phrase observers are worried, how we as individuals in committed relationships and families may feel misaligned, may feel ostracized, may feel lack of connection because we think the other is not bringing us into their space enough, so we end up fully, partially, or consistently being observers than participants in the whole scheme of things. And so far we've shared a lot of beautiful things. We're going to take a break and then we'll continue. You can keep your comments, queries, and questions and contributions coming via WhatsApp or Telegram on 0549 986 996. Again, 0549 986 996. And we will share, we will discuss, and we'll learn from that. So please stick and stay, and we'll be right back. We hope to open the phone lines today. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're back, and thank you for sticking and staying. I was going to ask a question. Let me see if I've not lost my train of thought. And I think it was based on what you were saying. It was on. Okay, I've lost my train of thought. So let me ask my next question.
Okay.
What is a place of impositions? It's still on the same trajectory. We've spoken about disclosures. We've spoken about interpretations. Now, the next element, which you've touched on basically as we've gone along, but I want us to drill deep in, is the place of impositions, acceptance, refusal, and then aggression or passivity. So what is the place of impositions? I want us to do this, or I don't want us to do this, and it's a done deal. It's not subject to negotiation, discussion, or engagement. It can be from one spouse or the other. It can be from a parent to not young children, but children who are young adults who are capable of making informed decisions. It can be from a sibling, an older sibling, to another sibling. What is the place of impositions, and how must it be handled in the scheme of things?
So one thing we do forget is that when this will take me, I think the Christians will not be happy, but it's just like going to church and your pastor telling you things that they've seen, forgetting that you didn't see what they are singing, and then usually what they are singing, there were other things. So it's not the message, but things happened that they were able to take out the message from the Lord.
Okay.
And all those things, you were not there.
Okay.
Like Dr. Bawumia said, you and I were
We're
not
not
there.
there.
So you and I were not there. So when the message is being given,
Yes.
it should be packaged well.
Okay.
Even if I want to impose because of the good I have,
Yeah.
it must be packaged well.
Okay.
And it should be done respectfully.
Respectfully. That's the word you keep using. Okay.
Respectfully. And then not forgetting the human part of the whole relationship. So your child is a human being. Your partner is a human being. Whoever you are communicating is a human being who have gone through experience in life.
Okay.
And these experiences has influence on what they will accept, what they will not accept.
Okay.
That's why I always say that in this case, there should be a lot of joy. Communication is key. So you say it, and then sometimes you might not have the room to express yourself, to give the reasons, but don't withhold it for long. Do not withhold it. So we have emotional imposition. Okay. Let me use sex in marriage relationship.
Okay.
Women have it. Women have expectations of men.
Okay.
Men have their expectation.
Okay.
If you don't talk about it,
Yes.
one might impose unknowingly or deliberately on
Okay.
the other.
Okay.
And in itself will create a whole lot. And you might not even connect it to that.
Okay.
When your wife starts insulting you or disrespects you, you might not look at sex life and how the disrespect is going. You might think of other things.
Okay.
So we should be aware of these types of imposition. So demanding your partner feel a certain way.
Okay.
So some will disrespect you and expect you to feel okay with it. Or respond a certain way.
Okay.
By now you should be over this. We normally say these things. If the person will grieve for 6 months, that's how the person's system is.
Okay.
All that you can do is to support.
Okay.
But don't expect your partner or your child to feel a certain way because you think that is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
That is one imposition. Religious and moral imposition.
Okay.
With parents, I'll say that until you educate, don't expect. Don't impose. So we are normally don't. And in itself, push young ones to look for why.
Okay. So what is the best approach?
The best approach is you give them what they should do.
Okay.
Even if you talk about the don't, give them what they should do
The do's.
immediately.
So the do's should flow with the
should
don'ts,
flow,
if any.
if any.
Okay.
I want you to do this. I want not don't eat like that. When we are eating, we don't do that. Just that you end it there. So what should I do?
Okay.
When you are eating in public,
Yes,
take
sir.
your spoon this way, put your hand this way. You are telling the child not to do something.
Okay. Yes.
You see,
Yes.
when you are talking to an elderly, do this way. We don't talk to an elder person like that. You can't talk to me this way as your mother. Meanwhile, that is how you started with. Especially mothers who, single mothers suffer that a lot.
Okay.
Their child is their everything.
Okay.
And they share everything. So the child gets to a point and they feel like they are rubbing shoulders with you. And that is the time you want to put her at a place. It's too late.
Okay.
Or might not work.
Okay.
So even if you open up at that point,
Yes.
you should let them know, even though I'm sharing this with you, it means that doesn't mean do this. Give it to them hand in hand.
Okay.
It shouldn't be always the negative. So in psychology, we say positive reinforcement
Yes, positive
than
reinforcement.
punishment.
Yes. Yes.
So that the person wouldn't attach the pain to you. But the behavior is the behavior you are taking away.
Yes.
Not so hurting the person physically, emotionally wouldn't solve the problem. That is why we encourage using positive reinforcement than punishment. Then decision making in position like what you said. I am the man, but the head. I am the head. I married you. I sometimes wonder how much do men marry women with? How much money do men put in to marry women that they think in tree they will say oba amati sika warel. Inti sika be na otie, so it has to freeze the woman. But why do you need a woman in your life in the first place?
Okay.
The originator of marriage said it's a helpmate. A helper comes in to straighten up.
Okay.
And now you don't want to listen to the helper. How do you get straightened up?
Okay.
I think it's the one thing we miss. So in the local balance, we have an adage that says,
Okay.
so you, the head, as the man, and I will then you need the helpmate to come and help you shaping up.
Okay.
Now she's saying, so this one is not going well. Can you straighten? Say, why are you? So we should have that at the back of the mind that it's for a reason the other person is in our life.
Okay.
So be it the man or the woman.
Okay.
A man is in my life because I have a goal.
Okay.
A woman is in my life. My children are here because I have a goal. Not because I have to give birth and have given birth.
Okay.
So people give birth and then they don't care what they eat, how they are catered for. No. It is time we speak against those things. It's a decision.
Okay.
For you to decide to marry, it's a decision.
Okay.
That comes with consequences.
Okay.
So if you choose to impose,
Yeah.
know that it has its consequences.
Okay.
They are always the positive and the negative. So whatever decision you make, whether it suits you now or it will suit you tomorrow, it comes with consequences. And it's positive and negative.
Okay.
Get ready for all of them.
Okay.
Then we have the communication control, where a partner or parent dictates how, when, what someone should express.
Okay.
So when you are angry, you cannot. A man who beats the wife because the woman is angry. Something happened and the woman frowned. And this guy could beat the wife. But the point is, don't you as a man get angry?
Yeah.
And how do you express your anger? So why don't you want her to also express her anger? For all you know, she even made an attempt to tell you, I don't like what you're doing, and you are refusing to accept it. All that I'm trying to say is we should allow people to express themselves, however, whatever,
Okay.
because it's part of the relationship,
Okay.
and it's for its good.
Yeah.
Then we have the culture and social imposition. Expecting compliances with traditions without personal convictions. Like in the Christendom, parents are introducing their children to churchism, but not the faith. That is why we have dozens of people in the church, but they don't know Christ.
Okay.
But they know it's Sunday, they have to go to church. But they don't know cleanliness is next to godliness. So from church, they litter. From church, they will package their garbage and go and dip it into a gutter because it's raining. I don't think people who know Christ will do that because they know I'm not supposed to. And nobody is watching, but Christ is here with me. But because most times we are introduced to church, and then other traditions, a woman must succumb. A woman must wait for a man to take care. For a woman, you go into marriage, and when there's a death, it's your husband. Why would you go into marriage thinking that one day you go back? When you have go and agree till death do you apart. So you are looking for what somewhere, parking somewhere. You have money, and then your husband need it, and you are denying. The men, you have properties, you are living with a wife, you've lived with her 10 years, 20 years, and she doesn't know where your documents are, where your properties are, thinking that you are an island, then you don't need a partner.
Okay.
So these things, so when it happens over time,
Yes.
everybody try to find their way. That is where we become secretive in the relationship, and the relationship starts going ajar. Then we take advantage of social media and the phone.
Yes.
So I was asking somebody that if you want to marry, you should know when to use your phone, when not to use your phone. The moment you start a relationship,
Okay.
you are working, you are busy. Ask yourself if you should bring another party in your life, in your busy schedule. Would you find a place for the person? So your partner shouldn't be an afterthought when you have time. No, your partner should be part of the time that you use for the day.
Okay.
It's not the leftover.
Okay.
When you manage things this way, everybody is comfortable. Even in your busy schedule, he calls me. Then the person knows that you really into her. Then the insecurity won't grow. I'm saying insecurity won't grow because some of them we come in with it.
Okay.
It's our personal insecurity that we get into the relationship with.
Okay.
But the relationship helps it die off or grow. And these are some of the things. Then we can also look at sexual or relational imposition.
Okay.
So parents can choose partners. As for us, we don't marry from this tribe. Then we tag. You can't marry a dark-skinned woman. You can't marry a woman doing this kind of job. Somebody says, I didn't say I want to marry a woman who is doing. Meanwhile, the lady was just finding to make a living. And the man said, I didn't marry such a person, so stay home. Even if you're hungry, stay home. It's a serious imposition. The woman feels I need something to buy something for myself. And my husband cannot let me do something to earn money so that I can. And the man says no. It's the same with sex.
Okay.
So certain sex positions are forbidden. That's why when a woman wants to up her game, the man asks, where did you learn this from? It shouldn't be. The woman is not a child. When a man wants to up her game, the woman is complaining. So these are some of the, it should be this way, it should be when I want it. So die and it's finished. Whether the woman is okay or not, once I am fine, nothing else matters. Some women, once I get the money I want, nothing else. Once I have children, nothing else. So men struggles when children start coming in into the relationship because we don't talk about it. Should we have a child? How are we going to take care of the child? You will sleep at the night. I will take care of the child in the night. In the morning, you take over because I'll go to work. These are things you have to sit and discuss. It's not because I am married and I'm having sex and that means pregnancy should follow. We have to find out, why do you want to marry me? What do you want? Do you want a child? How many children? Do I want how many? So you want 6, I want 2. It's a big deal. If we don't strategize, it will affect us somewhere in the relationship. It's the same with parents. Why is your child looking for visual art? Why do you want your child to read science? We have to sit and then agree. For all you know, your child is not singing from where you are singing, or you are also not singing from where your child is singing. I use myself as an example. When I was going to secondary school, I wanted anything language, but I realized I won't get it. Okay. After secondary school, I wanted to go to GIG, but that wasn't a fixed. I had an alternative. But my parents said no, because you said you want GIG, it should be GIG. But GIG, I can't predict whether I'll get, you know, those days it was difficult to get admission. Whether I will get or not, I can't guarantee. So why not try another, so that if this one doesn't work, sometimes you have to give the children the room. You have to give your partner that room. It helps you to even know the intelligence and the person's ability. So imposition can be good when we are inculcating discipline, but to an extent, even that you give room. It's like dictatorship and democracy. When too much democracy, we tend to misbehave. That's human nature. So in doing all this, have at the back of the mind, too much of a thing is bad. And we shouldn't forgo the human flaws. You said something to me, I've forgotten. And I couldn't do it. You should understand that it's normal for human being to forget. If it is persistent, then you should help me than to criticize in the wrong way.
Awesome. If you're just joining us, we've had an interesting conversation so far on the statement or phrase, observers are worried. We have looked at what makes observers, the things that are necessary ingredients to be able to enhance interactions and engagements, and including that has been communication, effective communication, which means meaningful, open, and consistent. We've looked at a few other things. We've looked in the others. We've looked at managing the degrees that may create the observers, that sometimes it can be situational, sometimes it can be cultural, sometimes it can be circumstantial, and all this affects the outcomes. Sometimes it can be prolonged or consistent, and all that needs to be handled appropriately. We've also said the not too distant past, just the last point about impositions. That much as in parent-child relationship, when a child is growing, there will be some level of impositions. There also must be the openness to hear from the other person, and that in the area of marriages and committed adult relationships, the impositions hold a different level and must not be pursued from a personal individualistic perspective, but it must be mutual, because much as you feel and think and want something so desperately, you must factor in what the other person also feels, thinks and wants, and there must be the need for convergence so that you can arrive at a level, at a point that becomes meaningful to both of you. And that's among the many things that we've said. We want to open the phone lines and then keep your comments, queries, and questions and contributions coming. When you go to the board, the platform, read a few. You can reach us via WhatsApp or Telegram on 0549-986-996. Observers are worried, and I'm on this dual conversation, myself and Lady Justina Owejiri, and all the elements. Keep your comments, queries, questions, contributions coming via WhatsApp or Telegram on 0549-986-996. My name is Michael. Just Michael. Okay, so let me read the first one. It says, I'm a queer from Dansoman. Please, I have been married to my husband for 5 years now. We have a child and she is 4 years. The problem is, before we got married, we decided to wait for a year before we start having children. But after a month, my best friend had her baby. It was not easy for her, and she advised me to start having mine because I was almost 30, and having babies late in life was not easy. So I talked to my husband about it, and he said, okay. So we tried, and after 3 months, I got pregnant. And from that moment, we found out I was pregnant. My husband did not talk to me for 3 weeks. I had to apologize to him for getting pregnant before he started talking to me. Later, when I asked him he did that, he said he didn't know I would get pregnant this fast, and that he agreed only to try. Now our child is 4 years, and I want to have another baby, but he keeps saying he is not ready. I'm 34 years now, and when I had our child, I had some complications. So the doctor advised us to finish having the number of children we want fast. Anytime I talk about children, he gets angry, and he's a good father to our child, and he always says he wants 3 children. But my husband uses protection every time we have sex, in case anything should happen. He'll make sure I take the morning after pill. I was talking to him about it, but he's still the same. I have asked for us to go and see a counselor, but he said no. Please, what should I do? This one is like they've come to your consulting room. So please see to I join. So you want to adjust before we go on to the next, because I adjust one is quite elaborate. Yes.
Yeah, I think the man is having an issue. It could be the trauma faced during the first pregnancy.
Okay.
Yes, so not willing to speak to a counselor is the issue, because at this point, that's the only thing they need. Even if he wouldn't want to have a child again, it must be communicated appropriately. So you see, observers are worried. So the lady is observing the husband's behavior, and it's a worrying. If you don't want any more because of what has happened, let her know, so that you all know what you're doing. But I'm happy they're still having sex. I thought he had cut that off, but once they are still having it, I think it's all hope is not lost. So they need help. That somebody should get others involved to talk to the man. The man needs that help to harness what exactly is making him put up the behavior he's putting. Basically that's what I would say.
Awesome. Please, could have let me take 1 or 2 more. Okay. So this is KB in Adita, a particular in life. Listeners, kindly pardon my voice and my cough. It's not intended, but It is what it is. My apologies. So KB Nadenta says, I'm reaching out during a particularly challenging time in my life. As a married individual, I've been struggling to find employment for nearly 2 years, and my marriage is on the brink of divorce. Feeling defeated and hopeless, I've resorted to street vending just to make ends meet, including pay my daughter's school fees. Everything seems to be falling apart, and I'm in desperate need of counseling and support. I need a male counselor, please. Just need help. Please give me my number, and I will connect with KB. Yes, okay. Okay, there's Nana on the line. I've not even announced the phone line. Somebody's calling. Okay, Nana. Okay, let's hear. Please wear your headphones. Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nana. Nana,
How are you?
You put a fast, so I'm good. How about you too?
Yeah.
Nana from Adenta,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
Nana.
Yes, please.
Oh, great. Yes, please, let's hear you.
Yeah. Because the subject of giving birth came up,
Yes.
and I really wish you guys would dedicate a show to really talk about childbirth in this country.
Okay.
I'm facing some, okay?
Okay.
And you have family giving birth anyhow. And when you tell you see that they are struggling taking care of the children, yet they keep giving birth. And when you tell them to slow down, they will tell you that
Okay.
now we've got into shipping some of the children to external families like myself. And I keep telling them that if I wanted to be responsible for another child, I come here because I'm awarded that. And now they think I'm crazy. Me, I'm not ready to take care of anybody. That is why I've not given birth. And you are struggling, and you keep giving birth, and you want to ship your child to me to take care of them for you. And I'm telling you that I'm not ready. And you think that there's something wrong because you think, oh, I have a house that I live in, so it should be cool that you ship your child off to me. Papa, please, let's have this conversation.
Okay.
Giving birth is not easy. Give birth to the children that you can take care of, so that they don't become a burden on other people. Because those people, you don't know what they are going through. And if they are not able to come through for you, you say they are wicked. Meanwhile, it started from you. You were responsible. The fact that people are married, they just give birth anyhow. If you have the resources and you can take care of 10 children, you don't have any problem. But you don't have. You are struggling with the 1, 2, 3 that you have. Yet the first one is on the way. The fifth one is on the way. Why? And yet the children now tend to suffer. Because you are struggling to even take care of them. And they take glory in having many children. They don't realize that it doesn't make any sense. And these are people who are supposed to know better. These are people who start in classrooms and pride themselves in qualifications.
And you have a very fair point. Yeah, and I have a very fair point.
So please, I don't know, maybe one of these days.
I think so.
People will learn a little sense.
We'll
It
give
will
you
help all of us.
attention. Yes, and I will give you attention. Thank you very much for your meaningful contribution. I'm grateful. You've set us up on the phone line. So the phone line is activated. You can reach us on 0302 230 Again, 0302 230 or 0302 224 959. Again, 0302 224 959. Please get to us and we'll be glad to hear you. Thank you, Nana, for calling. Now so I finished KB. I'll give you my number to give to KB. The next person, yes, this is Kofi Moses Noy from Ablekuma South. He says, please, why is the Bible silent on how to marry, who is to marry, where to marry, when to marry, and even the do's and don'ts in marriage? The last time I checked, the church core mandate is to become a conduit for the propagation of the gospel. The church, in quote, denominational and traditional, laid down perspectives and procedures for marriage. In my view, is one of the major sources of problems in marriages. House, kindly share your thoughts on this for me. So that's Moses Kofi Moses. Moses, I don't think scripture is really silent on how to marry. But you see, it is not all in one place. It's in different places. So here a little, there a little. As you pick and put them all together, then you can have the fullness. The next thing is that you pick some from the comments, the attributes, the statements of some couples in, and as you do that, you're able to get, as it were, a perspective on how it ought to be. And then you weigh in the Jewish dimension or the cultural dimension, and then you weigh in the spiritual or, in quote, Christian perspective. And once you're able to get a good amalgamation of all this, then you can get a fair understanding, because undergirding all that is the propagation of discipleship, which is being Christ-like, and that influences how you live your life. And so once you are enamored in love, unconditional love, and in the principles of the fruits of the Spirit, you see that your marriage will work better, because you have love, you have kindness, you have gentleness, you have goodness, you have long suffering or patience, and you have kindness and stuff. Once those things are in your life in unlimited measure or in increasing measure, you realize that you're able to manage yourself better, manage others well, and that will also fall over or spill over into a meaningful marriage. So that is what I can say about that for now. Maybe one day, or you can. I'll let my precious Mr. Daniels give you my number so we can have a further discussion on that.
Okay, so I
Yes.
just want to add something to
Yes.
this. What's the name? Moses. Yes. One thing we always get wrong is to be a Christian is not to go to church. So the denominational thing is part of it, but in itself is not Christendom. So it goes beyond churchism or church traditions. That's one. Two, the Bible is very clear on all the lists that you've made. The Bible is clear on when, where, how, and what marriage should be. So I don't know if we have the time. When you want to know why marriage, you look at Malachi. So Malachi and then Genesis. And then, yes, Malachi, Genesis, and Ephesians will help you. When you look at Proverbs, Genesis 2. So Proverbs 24, Genesis 2, and then 1 Corinthians 7 will help you with when. Then how. You can look at Proverbs 3, Exodus 20, Amos 3, and then Hebrews 13. That is how marriage should be done. You get ideas from there. Then what marriage is, you can get from Matthew 19, Ephesians 5, 1 Corinthians 13. And then where marriage should be, you can look at John 2, 1, and then Genesis 24, Ruth 4. This will guide you on all the questions that you are helping. But like Michael said, you can contact for more help. I get where you're coming from.
Awesome. I think that's a detailed one. Thank you very much. So whilst we're waiting for any or more calls to come in after Nana's wonderful intervention, I want to ask another question. How must people in family or in marriage behave to the other so that the other does not feel excluded, does not feel unimportant, or feel sidelined? How must one party communicate and connect to the other, even when they are so enamored or immersed in the thing that they want to do it at any and every cost? How must they carry themselves so that the other is drawn in appreciably and does not feel left out? I hope my long question is clear.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll put it from this angle.
Okay, please hold on. Let me just read Joyce Appiah's message from Washington. It says, "Good morning, Farm Life team. Today I want to wish my okay, it's a birthday wish. Okay, then I'll do that later. Please carry on. I thought there was something you were going to add, so we'll surely do that before we wrap up. Yes."
Okay. So, like I said earlier, we have to break a cycle.
Okay.
So by this time, at this point in our lives,
Yes.
we should know how far culture has taken us.
Okay.
When I talk about culture, it includes our religion
Okay.
and then churchism thing.
Okay.
It has all become part of our culture.
Okay.
What has been the good part of it? What has been the ills?
Okay.
What can we do as individuals about it? So something that I think it's not working, you might not see it from that angle. So we have to always consider uniqueness when we're looking at relationships, and then its issues from that angle.
Okay.
So our individual uniqueness. 2, communication is key. And I always encourage that regardless of the outcome,
Yes.
be open when you're communicating
Okay.
and be responsible for the outcomes of whatever actions and decisions, choices we make. I'm saying this because to be a parent is a choice. To be a spouse is a choice. So you can decide not to marry, and it's okay for your reasons. Don't allow somebody to push you. Like in our part of the world where somebody's getting married becomes another person's priority. You know yourself and you know why you are not in there. Another thing that I will add to this is that don't go into a relationship when you don't have values, when you don't know what you want the relationship, what to come out of the relationship. So some people are hanging out in boyfriend, girlfriend, and the other party wants marriage and they are not ready. They won't let you also be. So you are the other party, observers are worried. The other party observing is a bit worried and feels stuck.
Okay.
When the other person is okay because for him he doesn't want a committed relationship. And recently what I'm learning is that men don't like it when women are, when are we getting married? Then don't start. Don't start. It's the same with parenting. If you are not ready to go make your hands dirty for the well-being of your children, don't give birth. And then give birth to the number of children you can cater for,
Okay.
plus or minus.
Okay.
So don't have children because you're having sex.
Okay.
We should be matured enough to know that every sex can result in pregnancy. So choose you want it or you don't want it. If you don't want the outcome of the sex you're going to enjoy, there are so many ways you can help yourself. And men should be responsible for these things. Don't sleep or have sex with a woman and think it's a woman's business to prevent pregnancy. It's both of you. So if you don't want it, put in the measures that need to be put there to prevent the childbirth when you are not ready to take care. Women go through a lot. I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to discuss that topic. Women go through a lot carrying babies. So when this emotional denial and neglect comes in, it adds up to the issues of women. So after childbirth, you see a woman getting worn out because she was neglected during pregnancy. She's given me to the extent that men could say that this is not me. No woman will get up when you haven't touched her to say that she's pregnant with you.
Okay.
So if you know the woman is promiscuous, then don't go in, else you yourself you are promiscuous.
Okay.
So don't wait till something happened before you say that it is not, I'm not the responsible one. Why did you go close to it if you don't want to be tagged with it?
Okay.
So we should be responsible and be ready for the consequences, whatever action. It's time we break the cycle.
Okay.
So have personal growth in mind and know that it's different. It goes at a different pace.
Okay.
So you want it fast, your partner might not.
Okay.
Be honest and respectful in your arguments.
Okay.
Consider human flaws.
Okay.
Okay. In courtship, we can look at awkwardness in expressing feelings at the early stage.
Yes.
So observe how does the person communicate with their siblings. Charity begins at home.
Okay.
This is a man you want to be with and live the rest of your life as the mother, and you think it's okay.
Okay.
Whatever words that comes from his mouth, there's an insult attached to it, either to the younger sister or a family relation, and you think you are a superhuman being, so it won't happen to you.
Okay.
I'm not saying walk away because of that, but do you weigh it? How much can you contain?
Okay.
What can you tolerate?
Okay.
There are things that are no because of your well-being. I will encourage don't tolerate. But for all you know, you can tolerate those things better.
Okay.
That is you. So know what can I deal with
Okay.
for how long.
Okay.
Don't neglect the how long at the beginning, because it is when the marriages are breaking.
Okay.
It started from the beginning, but
Okay.
because you thought you could.
Okay.
But if you ask yourself, how can I tolerate for how long? Then you are prepping yourself. When it happens, I can or I cannot.
Okay.
Don't forget life events
Okay.
that happens at the other side. You can't predict.
Okay.
So should they happen, like the childbirth thing? You are married. Did you discuss childbirth?
Okay.
Somebody can marry and decide, I didn't marry you for child. After all, marriage is not all about having children. But in our part, it's like it's the main thing.
Okay.
So you marry. If you are not married, when are you getting married? Marry in the next time. When are we having our children? As if somebody will carry it. But it's the decision of both parties. So make it open. I want 2 children at this interval. Then, so I want to do A, B, C, D. But you don't leave it to the woman, or you don't leave it to the man.
Okay.
Some women say, me, I want to give birth. But that woman should be educated on health issues.
Okay.
Sometimes doctors will say, do it fast and then, but they don't ask what's happening at home. So babies eat. Can they
Yes.
afford if they are doing it fast?
That's exactly.
At what interval? So don't, it's not one side fits.
Okay.
Know that. Whatever the relation, if you're a parent,
Yeah.
parenting is not a one side fit. Marriage is not a one side fit. Courtship is not one side fit.
Okay.
It's what works for you best.
Okay. Okay.
And explore. Keep
Okay.
exploring.
Okay.
And then in exploring, you have to express. Delay in finances or career, like somebody is saying, can you take it? Can you communicate it? And are you putting yourself out there? Some people are looking for jobs, yet they are home. You see?
Yeah.
But if your certificate is not earning, can't your hands earn you something? What about your head? So don't get stuck to one thing. And then especially those who are not highly educated, they think, I deserve this kind of job. I deserve to be paid this way. They don't know that it must start from somewhere.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not even what is coming out, but the fact that you go to sleep knowing that you wake up to go and do something in itself psychologically protect you to be able to do other things. Emotional fears based on past. So we have to help our people we are in relationship with, be it in marriage, be it in courtship, be it in the family setting, to deal with their past and deal with it well.
Okay.
So when people are always on the alert, when people are always defensive, we
Yes.
should know that things have happened to them. Help them deal with it, or assist them to find help, and not using them against those people.
Okay.
These things are possibly we can work on them.
Okay.
Tolerate what is human, and then redeemable,
Okay.
and then confront what is toxic
Okay.
and repeatedly harmful.
Okay.
There are things one time it won't kill you, but if it is repeated, it
The
will
repetition.
end up. And then when I talk about killing, I'm not talking physical death.
Killing, okay.
You can be emotionally dead,
Okay.
psychologically, and then mentally.
Okay.
So those things must be considered. Withdraw or detach from what is destructive and unpertinent,
Okay.
because you are you.
Yes.
You shouldn't lose yourself because you are married.
Okay.
You shouldn't lose yourself because you are a parent.
Okay. So let me bring in this. Are you saying then that though mutuality is key, there also should be some level of self-love and self-concern, so that you are not taken for granted, you don't become an observer, you are not mistreated, you are not misaligned for too long. So in the scheme of things, there should be a factor, because we often say, and we said it here, that you can't do me and expect the ass to work. So the question I'm asking is, at what point must you do me instead of us?
One is self-love. You can't give what you don't have. So if you don't love yourself,
Yes.
you can't love somebody,
Okay.
which means you might not even know love.
Okay.
So self-love is key.
Okay.
And then development, self-development.
Okay.
If you are not in tune with self-development, how are you helping someone to develop?
Okay.
And then even those who will come. So I keep saying that if you are poorly managing finances, how would you manage family finances?
Okay.
Especially when kids are coming in and your money is still the same amount.
Okay.
So taking part of yourself, but you don't take your whole being away.
Okay.
Then the relationship cannot also exist.
Okay.
So there are aspects of you that must go.
Okay.
For the other person, that's why the two shall be one.
Okay.
So there are things we are taking away
Yes.
so that the other person can fuse in.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you are taking yourself away.
Okay.
So we should bear in mind that being in a relationship, there are things that you can even try taking away, but they will still follow you, like past trauma and childhood experiences.
Okay.
If you don't get help, they follow you. Even if you get help, they will still be there. Just that the influence will be lessened. So there are things that, as individuals, your temperament, your personality goes with you. Just that you, when you are aware,
Yes.
it helps you handle the relationship in a healthy ground. So let's be aware of what we have to sacrifice
Okay.
for the relationship to be working,
Okay.
and what we cannot sacrifice.
Okay.
You cannot sacrifice your dignity.
Okay.
Without the dignity, the relationship itself cannot exist.
Exactly.
So if you sacrifice it, what relationship are you?
Okay, that's a very fair point you are making. Let me take Samia Oku's comment on the platform. It says, Samia Oku Jr. inside Lekma. It says, good morning, Farm Life. Thank you for such a thoughtful topic today. Myself and my girl are cool with every decision made, but there's a problem on the number of children she wants to give birth. To. I want to, so that I can look after them very well in all circumstances. But she's always stressing on 4 kids. It breaks my heart. Please, what should I do about it? Yes, so Sami, I would say discuss like you are saying, and come to a
Get
convergence.
counseling.
Yes,
Yeah,
get
get
counseling. Even
counseling
12, you can't. You have your point. Sometimes some people are only child, and so they want, like you're saying, from the family of origin dynamics, they want more. Sometimes you see you get to 2 before you get to 4.
Yeah.
So what? No matter what, at least the 2 is a constant. So discuss that. Instead that it's a woman who makes the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Because she's the one who will do what she has to do to
get
tell you that she's pregnant. So if your difference is so huge, seek third party help. Perhaps maybe you can go for 3.
Yes,
4 and 2.
To at least
in between the 2,
you have
then
a,
you have
a fair ground.
Yes, but discuss it and discuss it. Let her know why, and it's a fair point you are making. Listen to her point as well. Say maybe she's also going to chip in raising them. It's not only you who's going to raise them. You are going to raise them financially, everything together. So if you discuss, then maybe you can come to a fair conclusion. Now let me take Joyce Appiah's message. Joyce Appiah from Washington says, good morning, Farm Life team. Today I want to wish my husband, Mr. Samuel Yao Appiah, a happy birthday. May the lines fall in pleasant places for him. Also, I've been listening to you since 2014. Have we been on that long? I'm not sure, no. But anyway, I think around 2017 or 20 or so. And we want to thank the team for saving homes. God bless you. Thank you, Joyce and Mr. Samuel Yao Appiah. Your sweet wife is wishing you a happy birthday, and she says, may the lines fall for you in pleasant places. This whole program is about family and about love and about relationships. So we stand with her in wishing you well, and do have a blessed holiday. I say holiday, a blessed birthday today and the rest of the year and the years ahead. And may the lines really fall for you in pleasant places. What I want to add is that in the scheme of things, because meanings are in people, people interpret things differently. And you've shared a lot of wonderful things with us. So, our listeners, what little I want to add is that let's be minded of the fact that when we say we are work in progress, like we say, it's not an excuse for lameness, but it's a posture for learning. So that you realize that no matter how much you know, you are not the epitome of all knowledge, And it may amaze you that sometimes some very little things you may learn from others may be significant to help make you a better person. The other thing that Lady Justina has shared and mentioned significantly is the issue about respect. Respect undergirds any relationship, whether it's parent-child, whether it's child-parent, whether it's spouses, whether it's subordinate, superior, subordinate. When respect is given, in spite of at all the levels and all the forms and connections, it enhances outputs and outcomes. So respect your spouse. If you are angry, deal with your emotional issues. Now we place a higher emphasis on emotional intelligence and relational intelligence. And we've said here that theorists say there are about 3,400. One theory says that, but at least we know there are 6 basic emotions, and there are up to about 140 secondary, tertiary, and combined emotions, from anger to disgust to hate to envy to disappointment to love to affection to forgiveness and all that kind. So work on, communicate better, and reach out to the other person so that the other person does not feel left out and then ends up being an observer who is worried because they cannot fathom or decipher what you are doing, and always have to second guess you and have to draw their own conclusions or validate their assumptions, sometimes some of which they don't get to. And once you get to understand that you are work in progress, it makes it easier for you to take feedback graciously and to work on to being a better version of yourself.